Ninja, please.
So what is up, you guys? You guys are with your boy Flemreviewer952, and this is my review of the latest superhero film, Chronicle. Now, Chronicle is a found footage film featuring 3 high schoolers who venture out into this hole, and after meeting this mysterious glowing rock, they all gain superpowers. While in the beginning they all use it for good, one decides to use the power for his own personal gain. Now, just a few things to name off that I really liked about this film was, 1, probably one of the most intense climaxes I have seen for a superhero film yet. Especially for a found footage film, they really pulled off the intensity and the suspense very creatively. Especially at times where you were least expecting it. Number 2, great acting from unknown actors. These kids were like nobody. You would not have recognized their faces, and they pulled off the acting so good. Especially the lead character, Andrew. They all did fantastic. These kids acting. And 3, a very realistic superhero film. I was very, very surprised going into this of the realism makes a lot of sense. Just like a side note, especially Andrew's side of life, the main character, he's pretty much like the kid who's a loner. He doesn't fit in with the rest of the crowd. He gets abused by his father like all the time, and I totally fell for this character. I don't mean to go into the personal side, and I don't want to hear like, oh my god, I am so sorry about it. I just feel like telling this because it would make more sense for you why I agree with this character so much, was because I went through similar stuff to what he went through. Not that my father was abusive, but he was more of a mentally abusive father than a physical father. So like the scene where, let's just say, Andrew gets back at his dad, I personally fell for that. I've wanted to do that so many times in my life. I've wanted to do that to so many kids, especially when he was fighting up the other school bully in his school of what he did to him. I totally felt that. Like, I was on my seat just wanting him to do that, because there have been times, like my middle school was rough. So I've always wanted to do that to people. Like, I just wanted to just squeeze their head. So yeah, I totally fell for Andrew's side of this story. I totally understood what he was going through. I understood everything he was going through. The time when he was fighting back at his dad, I was like on the seat just like, come on, just crush him. Just crush him. Like, I wanted to go that far as well. And I was just like, oh, I almost nearly clapped. And so his side was very interesting and very similar to mine, and a lot of kids, because a lot of kids go through this. So it makes a lot of sense that it went in that direction. This film had a few bad areas in the film. Like, one, at times there was very poor dialogue between characters. It was very underdeveloped, not very creative. And, I mean, it didn't really bring flame to the dialogue, but you still understood it, and it wasn't anything to deteriorate your thoughts on the film. Just a few here and there, and then sometimes you didn't know where the camera shot was coming from. So like there was this one scene where pretty much 2 of the 3 main actors in the film were fighting against each other, and like the one scene where all the cops come in, and there was like this one scene where it was zoomed in on this person's face, and you had no idea where the camera was coming from. I had no idea where the camera was coming from, and it was weird, but it was only like 2 shots, so I don't know. But other than that, there's no other bad things I could say about this film. This film is freaking phenomenal. I personally would give it a 9 out of 10. I would recommend it for all to see. Then again, this is a found footage superhero film, so if you do not like found footage films, I would not recommend you to see this film. But personally, this film is wonderful. It is definitely a fun time to watch. It's only like an hour and 23 minutes. So I would definitely recommend you go seeing that. I would personally buy it on Blu-ray. So this is my review of Chronicle. You guys have been with your boy Flemreviewer952, and I'll see you guys later.
Flemreviewer952. Subscribe rock good.